Namaskar and welcome to Parliament News. Let's begin with news from the Lok Sabha. The Mines and Minerals Minister Prahlad Joshi said that reforms in the mining sector would generate 55 lakh direct and indirect employments besides enhancing the mining activity in the country. He was replying to a 3-hour-long debate on Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Amendment Bill 2021 in the Lok Sabha today. He said the government will allow private sector with enhanced technology in mineral exploration. The minister said India produces 95 minerals and has the potential like South Africa and Australia, but still imports minerals like gold and coal. Later, the House passed the bill. Prahlad Joshi said that changes in the law will help create employment opportunities and allow private sector with enhanced technology in mining activities. The bill seeks to bring in mega reforms in the sector with resolution in legacy issues, thereby making a large number of mines available for auctions. According to the minister, the mining sector currently contributes 1.75% to the country's GDP, and through the reforms proposed in the bill, the contribution will rise to 2.5% and strengthen the economy. The legislation will help strengthen the auction-only regime and boost transparency in the system. The reforms are, as part of the bill, include removing the distinction between captive and non-captive mines and introduction of an index-based mechanism by developing a national mineral index for various statutory payments, among others. In order to boost exploration, there will be a review of functioning of the National Minerals Exploration Trust. The trust will be made an autonomous body. Private entities will also be engaged in exploration works from now on. And simplification of exploration regime will also be done to facilitate seamless transition from exploration to production. The major objective of the reforms is to generate huge employment opportunities, reduce imports and increase production by bringing large mineral blocks into auction. Earlier, participating in the debate, Saptagiri Sankar Ulaka of the Congress asked the government to constitute a joint committee for reconsideration and discussion on the bill. He suggested that inclusion of tribal MPs and MPs from the mining areas, besides representatives from the Ministries of Tribal Affairs, Environment, Forests and Mines, is proposed in the proposed committee. He said that they are not against the mining operations, but are against the hasty auctions which the government is doing. Vinayak Raut of the Shiv Sena said that this would be the 4th amendment in the law since 2015. He alleged that the sector has witnessed a lot of irregularities and theft, and said that there is need to bring proper control in the mining sector. Supporting the bill, Pinaki Misra of the BJD said that the Mines, Environment and Forest Ministry should work in synergy to promote the growth of the sector, as there are lots of environment-related hurdles impacting the segment. Nama Nageshwara Rao of the TRS said that the provision regarding the centre directing states about the utilization of District Mineral Foundation Fund needs to be changed to, and it should be left to the states. The Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs, Arjun Ram Meghwal, said that the next week the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Bill 2021 will be introduced in the Lok Sabha. Also, the Insurance Amendment Bill 2021 that seeks to raise the FDI and insurance sector to 74% from the present 49% will also be taken up for discussion. The insurance bill was passed by the Rajya Sabha on Thursday. A bill to modify the list of scheduled castes in Tamil Nadu was passed in the Lok Sabha today. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot, while replying to the debate on the Constitution Scheduled Caste Order Amendment Bill 2021, said that Tamil Nadu government has proposed certain modifications in the list of scheduled castes by way of grouping of 7 castes which presently exist as separate castes. The move will benefit a large number of people in Tamil Nadu who have been raising the demand for long, he said. According to the bill, Registrar General of India has conveyed concurrence to the proposed modifications. To give effect to the changes, it is necessary to amend the Constitution Scheduled Caste Order 1950 by Parliament. 6 presidential orders were issued specifying the scheduled castes in respect of various states and union territories. These orders have been amended from time to time by the Acts of Parliament. Participating in this debate, Umesh Jadhav of the BJD said that the bill will give justice to about 30 to 40 lakh people who have been raising the demand for about the last 60 to 70 years. It is not just a change of name, but a significant move to give justice, honor and respect to them, he said. Jadhav said the Prime Minister had promised to fulfill the demands of the communities at a rally in Madurai about a year ago, and that promise is now being fulfilled. Rahul Ramesh Shevale of the Shiv Sena appreciated the central government to give justice to the people of Tamil Nadu and sought similar favour in granting reservation to the Maratha community in Maharashtra. He urged the centre to support the Maharashtra government's stand in the Supreme Court so that the reservation to the Maratha community could be given. G. Madhavi of the YSR Congress Party, Vijay Kumar of the JDU, Girish Chandra of the BSP, Virendra Kumar of the BJP took part in this discussion. Let's give you news now from the Rajya Sabha. Well, the Railways Minister, Piyush Goyal, has said that passenger train operations undertaken through the public-private partnership mode is targeted to bring a total investment of about 30,000 crore rupees. Ruling out the privatization of the railway infrastructure, he said that the government has plans to monetize its assets to generate the resources to boost the growth of the railways. He was replying to a question during the question hour in the Rajya Sabha today, and he said that the railways plans to monetize assets including through eastern and western dedicated freight corridors after commissioning the induction of 150 modern rakes through PPP, station redevelopment, railway land parcels, multifunctional complexes, railway colonies, hill railways and stadiums. So the minister also said that asset monetization would help in generating more resources towards infrastructure creation. The Railways Minister said that dedicated freight corridors are a separate corporate entity and that the Railways is supporting them. Goyal said his ministry is committed towards enhancing the pace of infrastructure development, which is vital for the national economy as a whole. The railways would always be a key economic driver in the strategy of investment-led economic growth, he added. The railway minister said that modern trains are the need of the day and that the railways has got historic 2.15 lakh crore rupees allotment under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And in reply to the query by the leader of the opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, about the proposal to merge 3 divisions of Gulbarga in Karnataka, Goyal said that the Railway Board did not find it feasible. In reply to another supplementary, he said that for 7 routes dedicated to semi-high-speed passenger corridors, the government is talking to state governments. He said that there has been good response from Uttar Pradesh government, which is cooperating on the Delhi-Varanasi route, mostly elevated along the highways. Piyush Goyal said that the railways generated 14.14 lakh man-days employment under the centre's Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan. This is in identified districts of 6 states to expeditiously restart economic activities post-lockdown, Goyal said in reply to another query. In a written reply to a question on estimated job loss or work loss post the lockdown, especially for those indirectly dependent on the railways for their livelihoods, he said that the ministry has not undertaken any study so far in this matter. Now, however, to expeditiously restart economic activities after lifting of lockdown, so far to provide employment opportunities to the contract workers engaged by contractors, the railways took a number of measures. He said that the railways generated over 14 lakh man-days employment in 140 projects. He said that the employment was generated in identified districts across 6 states, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Jharkhand and Odisha. And earlier, as soon as the House met for the day, the chairman, M. Venkaiah Naidu, urged the members to remain extra careful and strictly follow the coronavirus-related guidelines in the wake of the rise in the number of cases in some states. And he said that while the severity has come down, reports are coming from certain states that the pandemic is spreading, and he asked them to follow strictly the advice given by the Health Ministry and the Home Ministry, the central government, as well as the guidelines issued by the state governments concerned from time to time so that they can be implemented. Venkaiah Naidu also further said that MPs should take interest to see that the common people are not are guided properly. And the chairman also he said that they should be guided properly. The chairman also urged the MPs and their family members who are eligible to get themselves vaccinated. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, in a separate matter, said that imported life-saving drugs, including those for spinal muscular atrophy, this disease, for personal use are exempted from basic customs duty, but they attract 5% GST. However, ad hoc exemption from goods and services tax on imported life-saving drugs are given on a case-by-case basis, and this is during exceptional nature and when such a request is received, she said. And she gave a clarification sought by V.K. Thanka of the Congress during Zero Hour. The minister earlier said that the member had, day before yesterday, stated that there is one medicine to treat spinal muscular atrophy disease, which costs about 16 crore rupees, and there is a tax component at 7 crore rupees. That's what the member had said. All life-saving drugs imported for personal use are exempted from basic customs duty, either unconditionally or specified medicine or subject to a certificate to be issued by the health authorities. The House took up discussion on the working of Tourism Ministry. Members also raised several matters of public importance during zero-hour mentions and special mentions. And with that, we conclude Parliament News for today. Good night. Namaskar.
The grandeur of Sardar